Hello everyone, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3 5th edition. Last time we came back to the Druid's Grove, we did some trading and then had a run-in with Karga trying to release a small tiefling girl from her clutches, and fortunately we succeeded and learnt that she is a nasty piece of work, Karga, not the tiefling child. But now I have an opportunity. Up here there is a wonderful tiefling called Alfira, who is singing, or at least trying to compose, a song. And every time in the past I've had a chance to interact with this piece of plot, I've failed. But I think with a piece of guidance and our high charisma, we might be able to succeed here.
Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away. Words of mine will change. No. Become.
What's that tune you're singing?
More like butchering. Don't know why I bother.
Are you alright?
No, I'm moments away from a grisly death. At the hands of this bloody song. I can't... Nothing fits, you know?
Let me see if I can help.
It can't hurt. I have an extra loot, if you want. I'll start from the beginning. We'll take it slow. Dance upon the stars tonight. Smile and pain will fade away.
And here's our high charisma coming in. DC 15. Oh dear. Well, we did just gain some inspiration.
Words of mine will turn to ash when you call the last light down.
Alright, again. DC 10 this time.
Moon reminds me of your grace, all the love I can't repay. Rest and know that I will pray. Farewell, my dear old friend.
Wonderful.
Sorry.
Don't worry.
She'd have said the same thing. That's the first time I've played since Lihala died. My teacher. She was playing her lute. We didn't hear the gnolls coming. There was so much blood. I can still smell it.
She'd be proud of you.
She'd yell at me for that clunky verse. And make me play till my fingers were raw. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Finish the Weeping Dawn. For her. Keep the loot. Please. You've earned it. I've a long way to go. But thank you. I needed this.
And we've received a loot. Is there anything particular about it? This lute's wooden body is worn dull from time and use, but its strings and frets are still in excellent condition. Well, that belongs to us now.
Animorph.
Right, in this direction, there is another kind of song for us to be concerned with. But I would like to be level 4 before we deal with that. And a chest over there that we might not have enough strength to even reach.
One move ahead.
But what I am interested to see, just down this way here, there is a stone and a bear. If we have the strength for it, after we bring ourselves in some companions.
Here's to live in more interesting times.
Let's see if we can move this stone. And beneath you can find the Amulet of Sylvanus. The amulet engraved with a small waterfall imparts a feeling of calm serenity when worn. Grants the spell lesser restoration. So if we just slip that into our pocket. This bear does not take too kindly to that. Fortunately, we outnumber the bear 4-1.
Time to push my luck again.
Right, we've not cast any spells yet. Tuffet up here might possibly be annoyed with us or getting into this fight. No, Tuffet is not currently thinking about getting engaged, even though up here it says it's red on the minimap. I think we'll save the casting of Hex for now. Between the two of us, I think we should be fine. Indeed. Now, I'm going to take some of this fish, but I'm going to do it for a specific reason. I would like to know... Up here there is another bear, indeed. Tuffet, as we were just seeing on the minimap. And they are sleeping on this elevator that we might want to use in the future. So I was wondering, what happens if you throw some fish just here? Is there any way that we can wake this bear up without pissing it off? No, it seems that throwing fish at the bear does us no good.
Won't budge.
With the weight of the bear on it, we can't use the elevator either. So that's just a dead end. We do have Eldritch Blast with our repelling push, so we could target this from a good ways away and try and get it off of its spot, but that doesn't seem to be something that might benefit us right now. What we can do, though, is resolve the conversation we had with the child downstairs.
Ever scare me like that again, and I'll feed you to a knoll.
Mom, I'm fine. Stop it.
Our little Hellion told us what happened. Thank you. Don't know what we'd do without her.
It's not much, but here. Know that if you call, we'll come running, no matter what.
No more light-fingered antics, right, Arabella?
Yeah. I mean, thank you for helping me. Stop.
And
Fine.
there's some more inspiration for Wyll.
Your mother was a heartbeat away from fighting a bear.
And we get the cherished
Isn't
locket.
that how Mum used it?
Quiet, you pup.
So this particular locket might be actually worth holding on to for us, because it gives us the Dancing Light's evocation cantrip, which can be a light source for us in darkness, given that we are two humans that do not have dark vision. That may well be of assistance for us. Donnie doing his weird, creepy stare through your soul thing. And then many other tieflings doing their thing. Let's go see if the blacksmith has anything that's an improvement on our current gear. Unlikely, but worth checking. It's harder when we have such a narrow scope for gear that we can use.
Thanks for fighting off those goblins. If you need to replace any gear, just ask. My selection is pretty slim. I had to leave most of my equipment in Elturel.
Let's see your wares. So we would take a +1 rapier if we could find one. Scale mail +1 is going to be no good for us without proficiency. We could take +1 daggers for grace. Let's sell Nature's Snare and this spare dagger. How much are these? 660 a piece. And there's also a +1 short bow. We're currently equipped with a light crossbow. This will do 1d8 piercing damage, whereas this will only do 1d6 + 1 piercing damage, so we can't quite cap out at the same maximum damage. However, we were more likely to hit with a +1 short bow because it adds +1 to your attack roll as well as to the damage. So that's something to keep in mind. But I will take a +1 dagger for grace. Does not have any studded armor. We're not proficient in medium armor for the boots, even though we were apparently proficient for the metallic gloves. And we're not proficient for the helmet either, so we can't protect against crits. Could take a set of gloves for Wyll. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't, I suppose. Anything else here to sell? At some point we may be able to wear these, although it seems less and less likely the more aggravated we get trying to fight the goblins. Can have an empty potion bottle, I'm fine with that. Alright, let's trade that stuff off. Let's put that there, and you'll see our melee attack here goes from +5 to +6, so we're far more likely to hit now than we were before, which is wonderful. Otherwise, all of the other big stuff, not stuff that we're going to need, unfortunately.
The pride of the gate.
And let's go and see what's happening here. I don't recognise these three standing over here as opposed to the hag just having conversations.
Sure, why not?
Why, hello there, sweetness.
Great
Great
pathfinding.
Talk of the camp. Thank goodness you came along when you... Oh. There isn't a bit of colour in those cheeks, Petal. Are you hurt? Cold? Feverish? Auntie Ethel will sort you out. I've lotions and potions galore.
Are you an alchemist?
Oh, nothing as fancy as that. But I come from a long line of women with a dab hand at such things. Aha! You take a sup of that and you'll feel right as rain, sweetie.
A sip of a sup. What is it?
Oh, 'tis just a healing potion, nothing fancy. Here. You just look like you might need a pick-me-up. I'm sorry to go on about it, but are you all right? You're looking awful peaky.
I'm fine, just bone weary.
Oh, stop! Even on a good day, half the camp acts like a bunch of screaming brats. I'm tempted to smack them all on the backside and tell them to kiss and make up. Not that they'd listen to little old me. Anyway, do you need anything? I have a few odds and ends for sale.
Show me what you've got.
Hey, bother.
So we get a potion of greater healing for free, which is lovely. We have another potion of greater healing for 55. We'll certainly take that. I'll take these regular potions of healing. I will take a potion of invisibility. Poison resistance, cold resistance, lightning resistance. Things that I'm probably not ever going to actually use to any real good effect. And potions of hill giant strength. Now, with our finesse weapons, we can use strength as an attack modifier if we need to. Why is our melee attack only +3? Curious. Let's trade that stuff off. I'll leave the potions of hill giant strength for now.
Heading out.
Wyll. Show me your character sheet, sir. Oh, that's why, because we're only +1 dex. I assumed we had much higher dex than we do. But we've got way more points of intelligence than dexterity. Really, it makes more sense that this guy would be a Hexblade, but that's not in the early access. And we don't even know if it will be in the full game, because Hexblade is a Xanathar's Guide to Everything subclass, not a player's handbook subclass.
Checking things out.
But, you know, the Blade of Frontiers, it would make sense. Alright, well that seems to be a good amount of stuff done in these parts for now. We've got some magic items, some necklaces that might help us out. Did some trading. But the question is now, where are we going next? We still need to complete a few more quests to get us up to level 4 when we cap out on our energy and our stats. We could head down to the swamp where the hag resides. Otherwise, we can go across the Risen Road. There is a lot of stuff going on up there as well. I want to save Spike and the Goblin Camp for closer to a finale if we don't die beforehand. Obviously, there's also all of the stuff in the Underdark, which will come in the late game for sure. Knowing just how deadly the Underdark can be. Immediately so. So we'll just head over west for now, because we have to head west before we head anywhere else, and then we'll make a decision from there. But it looks like, going on time, it's not going to be a decision we're going to make right now. We can save that for the start of next episode to figure out where we're going to go, who we're going to try and befriend or otherwise murder. Murder? Ain't no murder in these parts. Alright. We will cross this bridge, call it a session there, and I will stop doing silly voices. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you're enjoying the series, please do consider subscribing or hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, you can put them down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.